6:45, your top stories you need to know in today's Sunrise Smart Start. The latest developments on the killing of a boy just 12 years old here in Rochester. A person of interest in the November homicide of Juan Lopez has been charged in another state for a deadly triple shooting. 2 kids and a teen were gunned down in Lebanon, Pennsylvania last week. Police arrested 16-year-old James Fernandez-Reyes in connection to the crime. Rochester police tell us they are aware of the charges Fernandez-Reyes faces. RPD says he is a person of interest in the November murder of the 12-year-old here, and they are still working to solve that case. A trooper from New York is charged with manslaughter following the deadly shooting of a Pennsylvania man last year in Buffalo. It was February 2022. Trooper Anthony Nigro ordered a man named James Huber out of his car. Police say Huber led officers on a high-speed chase that ended downtown in a crash. A video shows 2 shots fired at Huber. He was killed. The trooper pleaded not guilty. The judge did not set any bail. A man 28 years old is in the hospital after a shooting on 6th Street yesterday afternoon here in Rochester. That was around 3:30 p.m. The victim, latest update, critical but stable condition. While police were responding to that call, more gunshots heard off Roycroft Drive. They rushed there and found a 24-year-old man shot. He is expected to survive. We're told no suspects in custody for either of those shootings. If you have any leads that can help, please call 911. Happening in a few hours, Mayor Blake Evans will have a news conference this morning to announce Rochester's new adoption of some new crime-fighting technology. That press conference at 10:30 at City Hall. No specifics yet on what this is about. We will keep you updated on that announcement on air midday, News 8 at noon, and on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Dirt bikes and ATVs are once again a very common sight along roads in Rochester with the warm weather. We spoke to police again about what they're going to do. They say the trend, of course, is a nuisance and safety hazard. They say last year they towed about 120 of these rides in partnership with other law enforcement agencies and gave out hundreds of tickets. Police are looking to build upon that plan this summer.
We're looking to provide some deterrence, focus details, and enforcement against those because, as you know, over the last year or two, both the county and the city have passed laws regarding the impounding of those vehicles as well, to where getting those vehicles out of the impound is exorbitantly expensive. It's, I believe, $500 at least the first time. It can cost $1,000 to get the vehicles out of impound.
Police say with their enforcement efforts, they're also working to address safety concerns from neighbors over the illegal operation of those bikes and ATVs. Monroe County officials could be in line for a raise, and that would be the first in more than 20 years. The county's Compensation Policy Commission released a new report last week with recommendations for the bumps in pay. Once that report is finalized, it goes before the legislature for a vote. If it passes, the county executives' pay, for example, would go up 50% next year. Legislator Albert Blinkley says as the report stands currently, he would vote no.
So my position is a no, unless a compensation increase for the legislators is tied to a reduction in the number of legislators and increase in resources for the legislature itself. I will say that for the administration positions, I think that all of those increases are appropriate. When you think about someone like the county executive, who's essentially on call 24/7.
As for community concerns, those we heard from say they're worried about maybe increasing their taxes if the proposal makes it all the way through. That is something Blinkley says is pretty unlikely, as this would be a minimal increase in the overall county budget. If passed, again, county officials would see the changes come January. A bill has been introduced to rename a post office after fallen RPD officer Anthony Mazurkiewicz. That location is on Prospect Street in Avon. Mazurkiewicz, who was shot and killed in the line of duty last year in an ambush, was born and raised in Avon before he started working as a jail deputy with the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. Local leaders say this would serve as a lasting memorial to preserve his legacy in his hometown. A public hearing for the proposed rate increases for the state Thruway toll system. In December, the authority's board of directors authorized the start of a public process to go for a toll adjustment. If the increase does take effect eventually, it would cost New York Easy Pass holders an extra 61 cents to get from Buffalo to Albany. For non-Easy Pass holders or people with no pass at all, there would be a nearly 50% upcharge, a fact that has some New Yorkers concerned.
I don't want an Easy Pass. I don't need an Easy Pass. I don't work. I don't go over the bridge daily, not even weekly. So why am I penalized paying 75% more than someone who doesn't have an Easy Pass?
Reaction during the testimony in that meeting last night. We have more coverage about this proposal, what it would cost you at rochesterfirst.com. Speaking of having to pay up, finding free parking in the Park Ave area just got a little more challenging and expensive for people who live and work there, along for those who like to just hang out in that popular part of the city. Jatira Marsh is live this morning from that lot to explain what's going on here. Jatira.
Brennan, this parking lot that you see behind me on Park Ave along Berkeley Street intersection was one of the few spaces that locals could rely on for free parking, but now that is no longer the case. For years, Alaco Real Estate has offered anyone shopping, dining, and working along this popular stretch of Park Avenue access to parking in the lot free of charge. But the owners transformed it into a pay-to-park area. Some are concerned how this will impact business and residents.
If you're going in there to stop in to pick up something quick and you have to pay $2 for the first hour that you're there, that's going to turn some people off from coming to this area.
And in a statement to News 8, the owner of this lot explained that the reason for this decision was due to maintenance. He adds, quote, "I'm not looking to make profit. The parking lot has been in disrepair for a long time." And business owners are also stressing that people left to park along the street, that they follow the allotted time slots so that parking isn't taken up all day. Brennan, back to you.
All right, Jatira, thank you. Hearing a lot about that story this morning. Sunrise traffic, 8 minutes to go until the top of the hour at 7 o'clock. Still getting the all clear, the green light as you're headed out this morning. 590 southbound, 490, 390, busier expressways, all looking good. We'll check traffic again coming up at about 7:25. Hundreds turned out to honor fallen firefighters for a golf tournament put on by the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, known as NFFF. The group remembers those lost and offers resources to help their families as they get through these difficult years. The fundraising event featured about 500 golfers and more than 20 of their families at Deerfield Golf and Country Club, families of these fallen firefighters. Stacy Snyder Morse, one of those, the mother of Peyton Morse, remembering her son who died in March 2021 following a medical emergency at the State Fire Academy. He was just 21. His mother shared more about what this tournament means to these families, all those who've lost loved ones.
It means the world to us. It's difficult to talk about, but when you're in an environment that allows you your time and your space, and at the same time says, tell me about your firefighter. We always know that there's the tragedy end of things, but when someone asks that simple question, it makes you first go back and to think about what the person was.
More than $500,000 has been raised through previous events. This is the 16th year of that golf tournament. It is happening now in Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills broke ground on their new stadium site yesterday. That project has been in the making for years, but this ceremony marks the official start of the 3-year process to actually create the stadium. It's $1.5 billion for the new facility, split between the Bills, Erie County, and the state, which is pitching in $600 million for construction. The celebration yesterday was also a heartfelt one, as the team owner, Terry Pagula, read out the names of 10 victims killed during the racist mass shooting at Tops in Buffalo last year. He then spoke about his wife, Kim, still recovering slowly after a cardiac arrest.
I knew this was going to happen. Geraldine Talley, Celestine Cheney, Hayward Patterson, Catherine Massey, and if I could mention one more person who I cheer for every day, my wife, Kim.
The new stadium will be right across the street from the current one and seat 63,000 fans. Should be ready for kickoff to the 2026 season.
Couple years.
Yes. we'll get there, and now we'll actually start seeing some of the steel going up as they get ready for that. It'll be neat because it's going to be adjoining, so every home game now will be looking across the street at that one until it's ready. What you got for the bus stop forecast?
Yeah, it's not too bad out there, not too windy, but the haze, we'll still watch that. It's not going to stop you from going to school, but it's, we'll call it a cool start in the low 50s, and then hazy skies finishing in the low 70s this afternoon. And that's going to be warm compared to the next couple days. We've got mid-60s for afternoon highs Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday as well. Overnight lows going to be below average, so a bit of a cool stretch through, I would say, the middle of the month. Even into the weekend, those numbers not really that impressive, so no 80s at least I have here in the 8-day forecast.
It's still just chance of showers, some clouds.
Here and there.
Yeah, that's what we're watching.
Continuing the dry stretch,
All right, thank you, James. That's it for us here at Sunrise this Tuesday. CBS Mornings up next. We'll see you back here with updates in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are. On RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.